Welcome to Java Walker World. I am Fern, my husband is Frank, and we have a little French bulldog named Molly. And this is our tiny cabin in New Brunswick. And we plan on doing a lot of traveling in Atlantic Canada this summer. So come and join us as we explore Atlantic Canada. On the road again. Where are we going?
Going to Campbellton.
Why are we going to Campbellton?
The big town of Campbellton.
Why are we going to Campbellton?
We're going to get, as in your words, provisions.
Provisions. Like we have a lot of provisions to get.
Gonna pick up supplies.
Yep. What do we have? Some groceries to pick up.
Some groceries, some odds and sods.
Yeah, we need to create some sort of a lunge line or tie line for Molly. So that she doesn't run off after some sort of critter or something in the bush, and then we lose her. So we need to figure that out. And we have a project that we're going to be doing this week. So we're going to be doing a gate for the front so that we can open the door, the front door, and let her out onto the porch.
Which will have a lot more room to play with.
Because she is very much a veranda type of dog, isn't she? She loves to watch people coming and going, things going on, birdies, that sort of thing. We'll put the hummingbird feeder out as well. So she's very much that type of dog. She's not much of a walker, she's always sitting. Our trainer is saying she's sitting because we have trained her to get a treat. She sits. So now we have to sort of untrain her from that. So the word is come along or let's go.
She's not much for long walks.
Yeah.
And one thing I really did not want to do is that what we did, but you're going to have to watch to see what it is that we did.
Yeah, because we are walkers. I mean, we are Java Walker World. Mm-hmm. And so we have to walk. I mean, we have to. If you don't walk at our age, we start to really fall apart really quickly. And it's starting to happen because we're not walking as much as we are.
But because of her breed, they're more of an inside dog and a condo dog. One of the reasons we picked this particular breed, they don't require much exercise or much walks. They're more just to sit, cuddle, and play and that kind of stuff. And they were
recommended for condominiums, which is where we are normally. And in any case, we did buy something that will help us with that, and we'll show that to you a little later in the video, so stay with us as we're going to show you that as well.
Yeah, and the fellow was just here as we're pulling out to install the smart meter on the cabin. So he said it would only take, he's already gone.
He's already gone.
That didn't take him more than 5 minutes. So.
I really thought our electrical was already hooked up to a smart meter, and that's how they determined how much we pay every month. But I guess not. I guess somebody was coming around and they were prorating it or something. In any case, now we have a smart meter on our electrical panel. And or
like you said,
meter.
It'll probably save ourselves 15 cents.
15 cents, yeah, because anyways, it gives him a job, which is great. We're so happy you're with us. All right, let's go.
Windy today, rainy.
Made me feel like there was no tomorrow. Should have told you that you're beautiful, but the days pass and now it's so long.
We have an exciting summer ahead of us,
and today's video is the first of our Atlantic Canada series.
So Frank and I were just chatting just a minute ago, and we thought we'd share.
Chatting.
We're always chatting.
We're chatty Cathy's.
Yeah, we're just wanted to share some information with you. We get sometimes comments or people asking, about the real estate here in New Brunswick. I don't know a lot about New Brunswick, but I just know about real estate in New Brunswick. But I just know that it is very inexpensive to buy a cabin in New Brunswick, in northern New Brunswick. It gets more expensive the closer you get to the ocean, and the closer you get to southern New Brunswick. So we're in northern New Brunswick, very inexpensive. These are cabins in the woods. There is a lot of land here, and it's very reasonable.
Mind you, that's comparing it to Ontario, Quebec, BC.
Yeah, our experience is comparing it to Ontario, which, housing is unrealistically expensive.
It's gotten that way.
Yeah. Now, when you're in a province like New Brunswick and in northern New Brunswick, services are very limited. As soon as you live anywhere rural, even in Ontario, if you're in rural Ontario, it's still expensive for the home and you don't have services. Well, as well, that happens here in New Brunswick as well. But it's beautiful if you like fishing and walking and trails and all of that nature. I mean, we are 20 minutes away from a relatively small city, which has hospitals, all of that. So
all the big chain stores.
All the big chain stores, that sort of thing. We want to go to a restaurant, that sort of thing. We're like 20 minutes away.
Yeah, it's a population of about 14,000.
So it's very doable. But yeah, we have this wilderness around us, which we love to come and enjoy. So
it gives us a contrast of a city environment where we live in Ottawa in a condo, as opposed to a rural environment here, which is outside in farming community, but this is just all natural. If you could see what I'm seeing here right now, this valley that we're driving into, it's just totally amazing.
Yeah. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to turn it around so you can see this valley. I mean, it is absolutely beautiful, and it's very mountainous. This is part of the Appalachian Mountains.
Lush, it's green, it's just...
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a couple of real estate listings, cabin sort of things that I can find, and you can see how inexpensive it is. If you're from another part of the world, where you're getting the euro or the British pound or the US dollar, it is that much cheaper for you because the Canadian dollar is not very strong in the world with regards to where it sits. And so if you see something for 60,000, imagine what that is in British pounds. I mean, it's very inexpensive for you. And it's a beautiful province. And by being in this province, you are part of the Maritimes, Atlantic Canada. You are that much closer. Oh, I'm sorry, the lighting is going kind of funny.
You're much closer to explore the Maritimes.
Yeah. So you're that much closer because from Ontario, you're very far from the ocean. But Ontario is beautiful as well. But you need this. You need lots of money to be in Ontario. So, it's just something to think about. People ask us and want to know what it's like, that sort of thing.
It's Canada, so it's all one big country. So it doesn't mean you can't move around and poke around and all that kind of stuff. So.
And if you are, another little tidbit, if you are proficient in French, Quebec is a beautiful province. And real estate, especially rural real estate, is very economical there as well. And it's a very prideful province, and everything's very well kept and so forth, very organized. But you do have to be proficient in French to live there. It is different, and I think that's why a lot of people from around Canada are standoffish about Quebec, is the language laws, and it's pretty strict there. Everything is in French. There is no bilingualism. It is French. So, and more power to them if that's what they want. But in any case, Quebec is another option as well. And they have, they're very close to, they have their own maritimes as well. And so they're very close to the ocean as well. It's beautiful in that area too, all along the St. Lawrence River. It is outstanding. So New Brunswick and Quebec are options for you if you're looking for housing or even a summer home the way
recreational property,
recreational,
cottage,
yeah. And that's what a lot of these places here in, this is all a logging area. And so there are cabins, hunt camps, and that sort of thing scattered all over this area. But just something to think about. Well, Frank and I were chatting again. This is all we do. On our 20-minute drive into Campbellton, we chat. Cars are like that. If you ever are having some sort of, you need to speak to your spouse in any way, it's like, great, you're just relaxed, you're driving.
Get in the car, go for a drive.
Get in the car, go for a drive. Say you're going to
sit in traffic.
Go for a coffee, and then you just sort of talk about life. Anyway, we were just talking about Molly. Molly has been a little bit challenging. She is very clever, very cute, all of that, but she's been challenging in the sense that she gets these uncontrollable zoomies in the evening. And we've been told over and over and over again,
Energy
she
bursts.
needs like 18 hours worth of sleep.
Yeah, 16 to 18.
16 to 18. Anyway, a lot of hours of sleep. And every time we calculate how many hours she's had of sleep, we've never really reached that. She's not getting, we feel guilty. She sleeps, let me just explain. She sleeps when she's in her crate. So she's crate trained. So if she's not in her crate, she doesn't sleep. She's just like looking around. What can I get into? What trouble can I get into? And she's like, it's uncontrollable. And I mean, to be honest, we are seniors, so that's pretty tiresome for us to constantly be watching her like that. So what we're talking about is we shouldn't feel so guilty about putting her in her crate during the day for a nap. She needs that nap, and then I think she'll become a much better dog for it. But we always feel so guilty doing that. So, any case, we're going to be changing our routine with her and trying to make sure she gets 16 to 18 hours worth of sleep.
Too much. 15, 16.
Oh,
she's getting older.
She's getting older. She's a very gentle soul, but when she gets these zoomies, you know how puppies like to nip and that sort of thing. I mean, dogs use their mouth like we use our fingers, to grab things. The other day, she's running around we were at the cabin. She was running around and doing these zoomies. She jumps on the couch, and she's like, she could jump like high from the couch, from even the back of the couch to the front, right over the seat there. Anyway, she went at me like this, and her teeth got to my nose right here, her fang. And she didn't bite down, but she just went like that, gently but fast, and then pulled away. And she just literally, I thought, my goodness, she could have ripped the tip of my nose off. But it's just that sort of thing. So it just takes, I mean, she's a puppy. She's learning, and we have to learn as well. And so I think she just needs more sleep. They keep telling us more sleep.
Well, if that had happened, you would have been able to put a nose ring on.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. And there she is. What is she doing? She's in the car. You see that? In her crate. She's sleeping. That's what she likes to do. As soon as she's in a crate, it's her safe zone. She is happy in her crate. So she just goes to sleep. So you can see we are in town in Campbellton. We're just stopped at a light. There's a Walmart, a Canadian Tire, and we're going to go over to, see, they have a Superstore, which is a grocery store, Kent, which is a hardware store. They have furniture stores here. It's a great community. Lots of stuff in Campbellton to see. Lots of dealerships, that sort of thing. And if you are ever camping or driving through this area, you can use this Walmart as an overnight stay. You can see there's a great big camper way down there.
Well, you can't go into Campbellton, New Brunswick and not stop in for coffee at Tim's. Let's take a little drive through Campbellton, then walk Molly for a little bit.
Do you think it's windy?
Yeah, that's what.
Well, when you have a cabin anywhere, doesn't matter if it's in New Brunswick or wherever it may be, a house, a home, a cabin, a summer place always comes with work. And when you live in a condo, you don't have any work. So we enjoy this sort of thing. It keeps us busy. Molly needs a gate on this deck in order to keep her safe from critters, animals. New Brunswick has bears, all that sort of thing. Anyway, it will give her some fresh air. And so here we are trying to build this little gate so that she will be safe. I think it came out pretty good. This is just a quick little montage on one of the projects that we chose to do this week.
Molly gets into trouble. She's eating my hosta now. Frank looks like he's in jail. Oh my goodness, you have a voice. There we go. The job is done. There is the gate. The little latch to open. Oops. Let's see if we can open this with one hand. Little latch to open and close. There we go. So now Molly can have the whole deck to herself, and if we want to, let me just show you. Let me get, oh look, wow, yeah. And if we want to, my goodness, I'm trying to do this with one hand. We can contain her like this with half the deck in case anybody comes. There we go. We just need to put some sort of latch there. Frank still wants to add a top rail the way that is. You see the way that is? Top rail. He wants to add a top rail. We didn't buy it because we weren't convinced with the swing of the door whether or not that would interfere having a top rail, but we just tested it out and it works. So I think that came out pretty good. There's the hinges. It's nice and strong. Let me tell you, it cost a little bloody fortune. I can give you a new space. Frank's cleaning up. Well, Frank is going to put on his waders because he wants to get back.
You know what, I'm gonna go get the pump because since I got the waders on, I might as well put the pump.
So the idea here, if you followed us last year, you might know that we cleaned out this pond. There are a lot of guppies that were born from yesterday to today. They are all over the place. I don't know if this is a good time to do this, but those are bulrushes. Come on, Molly, let go of it. Oh, you got them on all by yourself.
So if you remember early on in the video, we let you know that Molly's not a big walker, so that'll impede us doing our walking. So we came up with a little idea, and stay tuned, see this montage, and you're gonna find out what it is.
Frank was a little bit embarrassed that we were buying a stroller for the dogs not want to walk.
Just tell people she's not mine.
There we go. Little catcher.
Are you ready to go in your sports car?
Okay. What do you think? Molly, I can see you from here. She'll start walking like a normal dog. Just see the way she's sitting in there. Well, that was hilarious. People were just looking at us, you know, having a stroller for a dog, because we would pass by them when we were walking her to begin with, and we chatted with other people that had their dogs, and everything was fine. But as you can see, Molly was just not wanting to walk. Once she did her business, it's just like, I don't want to walk. I just want to roll around on the grass and do all sorts of things. In any case, it was hilarious. On the way back to the car, we put her in the stroller, and everybody's looking at us like, what?
This ain't New York.
This ain't New York. In any case, thank you for joining us. Stay along with us. Next week, we have more of an adventure here. We'll still be in New Brunswick, but we, all summer long, will be moving around Atlantic Canada, and stay with us as we continue to explore Atlantic Canada.
There's always something new.
Mm-hmm. And if you haven't, or if you're new to this channel, wow, that's what I call a pothole. If you're new to this channel and you want to check us out, what we did last summer here, we have a playlist called Cabin in the Woods, New Brunswick, Canada. We'll link it here at the end of the screen, and you can just catch up on some of that. Thanks again. We'll see you then.